Hello everyone and welcome to another FinTech Wales meet where I'm here with Dave Sadler from Sadler Recruitment, who recently spoke at our speed interview event, and you really G'd up the crowd and had some interesting stuff to say. So we thought we'd get Dave in, have a little chat through some of those points for you in the membership. So first of all, Dave, you spoke at the event, like laying the land out first of all about some home truths, as you called them. If you could elaborate on some of those.
Yeah, absolutely. I tried to G up the crowd as much as I could.
They were G'd.
But I just think it needs to be said. So I called them the home truths, and I think that is the point. The first point is that everyone knows this. Salaries are increasing, people are working from home, remote working isn't going away. I believe, if it hasn't happened already, it's going to happen soon, that Welsh companies are going to be financially unable to compete for sort of tier 1, tier 2 talent, especially in software engineering. Secondly, even if you hire what I would call a senior employee now in terms of years of experience, what I've seen in the last sort of 2 to 3 years, and people tend to agree with me, the length of stay or how long someone actually stays with your organisation is getting less and less, certainly in terms of engineering. So even if you hired an experienced person with X amount of experience, they could leave within 18 months to 2 years and you could be back to square one. So I think that's a major consideration. Recruitment and retention is getting harder. The reason it's getting harder is because people can work from home for any company, anywhere, that are also paying more, that also have different opportunities and allowing them to work from home. I think that means for Welsh companies, recruitment and retention is going to get harder. And lastly, we read every single day that, you read the statistics that technology has got a major supply and demand issue in all areas. So if that's underpinning the problem, I think this is just going to get worse and worse. So my home truths were basically emphasising why companies need to think about alternative routes to find an employee.
You spoke at the event, you also interviewed some of the candidates at the event, at the bootcamp. What was your experience of the day generally?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought Jem obviously G'd everyone up in terms of why they were there.
There was loads of G in the room.
Yeah, there was like the 5-minute sort of speed dating thing works well. But I think in terms of the companies that were there were good. There was a range of different companies from different industries, which was great. And the people I met were just, I have so much admiration for them. So they gave really good account of themselves, they were well researched, and they want it. Yeah. They want that opportunity just to prove a point. And I think I personally, if I can help them through my business, trying to speak to my clients, I will. But then I just hope companies really were there, thought, right, some really good talent, let's see what we can do.
But why should companies take a chance on a candidate coming through a bootcamp?
It's not. I don't think it's just boot camps necessarily, because obviously the speed dating was the boot camp, but there's obviously apprenticeships, there's obviously degree programs with graduate programs. I think they all got to come together. But I've got a number of different reasons. I think, firstly, I've seen it work. Yeah. I've run boot camps before, and I've seen someone with relatively no experience within 2 to 3 years be as competent as a mid to senior engineer. Salaries, it goes without saying. It's you're likely to be able to offer lesser salaries, so it's more cost effective and possibly less risky. Yeah. A good friend of mine, James Harvey from Sky Academy, once said that technology these days moves so fast. So if someone doesn't have 10 years experience of said new technology, they probably only got a year, 2 years, which means the gap's not as big anymore, so someone can get up to speed fairly quickly. I think, as I saw in the speed dating day, you get committed, engaged, passionate, energetic people that maybe don't have preconceived ideas of what works and what doesn't. Yeah. You get new ideas, and you get people from different walks of life give new opinions and different ideas, and I think that's really, really important. To add to that, something I'm quite passionate about is changing the culture or amending the culture for good. So the things like diversity and inclusion. Yeah. So recruiting people from different walks of life and different pathways give improved diversity and inclusion numbers. And I think, the last thing is, it's the right thing to do. I think we've got to accept that we're not going to hire these perfect people anymore. We all have to contribute to getting different pathways. We have to have, it doesn't have to be boot camps, it can be lots of different initiatives, but ultimately we've got to put more people at the bottom end of the market, because ultimately everyone then will see the fruits in years to come.
So thank you so much for joining me today at FinTech Wales HQ. If there are some final words that you would say to members in terms of giving these candidates a chance, what would you say? Okay,
I think there are lots of different initiatives across the UK happening, and obviously FinTech Wales now are bringing them to Wales with various partners. We can't keep having these ideas and creating these initiatives if we don't have something at the end. I think I implore companies to really listen to what I've said and take a risk on people, because I think genuinely I've seen it work and I think it will pay off.
Thank you so much, Dave. I'll see you again soon.
No worries, thank you.